Guys, choosing work boots used to always be a compromise where you either have to sacrifice comfort or durability. I grew up on job sites. Believe me when I tell you, I've worn my share of work boots. Brunt has finally changed this predicament. They've designed a boot as comfortable as your favorite sneaker for any job site. Trainer Eric Gerwad grew up blue collar, and he started Brunt after his friends in the trades encouraged him to build a workwear brand that was made for them. And how cool is this? All Brunt products are named after guys Eric grew up with. Whether you need waterproof, safety toe, or soft toe, you want to pull them on or lace them up, they got you covered. Brunt is so confident in these products, they'll let you try it on the job, risk-free. For a limited time, my listeners can get $10 off at Brunt at checkout by using code Chael. Just head to bruntworkwear.com/Chael. Use the code Chael, you're all set. Brunt also offers a full range of high-performance gear built for tough jobs. Whether it's heavy-duty work pants or weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs reliable, durable workwear to keep you protected. Right now, my listeners get a save $10 off at Brunt simply by using code Chael at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com/Chael. Use the code Chael at checkout, or just click on the link below. And if they ask, tell them Chael sent you. What is going on at 155 pounds? I mean, this has been a question that's going around, and we might have a little bit of clarity. Just a sliver of clarity. Khabib came out, and Khabib said, Islam will not be doing anything until the result of Jack Della Lema and Belal Muhammad becomes official. Now, what he's saying there, and he's not trying to hide it at all, but what he's saying there is we're not going to go up to 170 and call out Belal. That is our friend. So, and we're not going to go take his belt. But we would like to be at 170, and if it wasn't for Belal, and the fact that if we moved up, we'd have to fight him for the belt, we'd have already done it. And that is very interesting if that holds true. I mean, not for nothing, but we've got all these pieces on the board right now at 150, and we have absolutely no clarity. The only players that have come off the board, and we don't even know if the belt's up, is your BMF champion versus Poirier. Going to be Poirier's last fight with his old nemesis Max. We don't even know if the BMF title is on the line. That's how little we know at 155, and that's the clearest thing that we know at 155. Just the mere fact that those guys are going to fight. Nobody has called out Justin Gaethje, and there's no position outside the reach of Justin Gaethje. I mean, you could put Gaethje on free TV, you could put him in a co-main event on a pay-per-view, you could put him for a world title. Nobody's going to disagree. That's just how much respect this industry has for Justin Gaethje. But Gaethje's not campaigning for it. He's not lobbying for it. And I think one of the reasons that he's not is because the inside scoop is that Belal Della Lema has got to happen, and Islam doesn't want to be a 55-pounder anymore. I know we don't like to take guys out of divisions. I will just share for you, Islam Makhachev has never asked for anything. He's never come to the media or the fans. He's never asked for $1. He's never asked for anything. But he has made it very clear that he would like to be a 170-pounder. I mean, at some point, we got to give a guy who's never asked for anything, we got to give him what he wants. But that doesn't bring you a tremendous amount of clarity. I don't want to make 155. I hate making 155. I will make 155. That decision will be down the road. I mean, I'm only sharing for you from personal experience. I remember the last time I was going to weigh 185 pounds. I remember where I was when I made that deal with myself. I have never missed weight in my life, and I come from a sport where I got to weigh in every single Saturday. And I knew if I wanted that statement right there to be true, I was going to have to no longer sign contracts for 185 pounds. It is an absolute commitment. And the moment you stop making that commitment, you're never getting back down to that weight class. And the mere fact that Islam is hedging that right now is very interesting. The mere fact that we've got a 45-pound champion coming up to 55, but no guarantee of that fight. We've got Charles Oliveira, who's the number one ranked guy, and said that he was going to be getting the fight. You've got Justin Gaethje just floating around, and you have Makhachev waiting for the outcome of a different fight in a different weight class. And that's very interesting. It really is that nobody's speaking up. I mean, we know that Sarukian can fight for the title. We know he can fight for the title because he signed a contract to fight for the title, and he has not lost since. If he was good enough to fight for the title then, and nothing has happened in between, but he's not speaking up for it either. In fact, Sarukian's been a real gentleman. He's not calling out anybody. I think Sarukian is very upset with himself for missing weight. I think like as a sportsman, he understands where that's problematic. And therefore, he's going to sit back, be quiet, and see what happens. Fair enough. But what is going on with Gaethje? And that's a massive fight. The winner of Paddy the Baddy versus Michael Chandler. I mean, when you have a chessboard that is this wide open, it's not any different, guys, than a job interview that you might go for. You see an ad in the paper, you make contact, you go down to the office wearing your finest shirt. But if you're the only person that responds to that ad, if you're the one and only interview that even got booked and came in, you're going to get the job. They're not going to give the job to somebody else that didn't show up for an interview. Does that make a level of sense? Because I really want for it to, because no 155 pounder is going to get a phone call and go, hey man, we're sitting over in the war room and we made our decision. We want you to fight for the belt. That's not how it's done. The conversation will be between 2 or 3 guys that have done the best job of speaking up, of making their wishes known. And people aren't doing that. Not at 155 pounds. And I'm only sharing for you when it's wide open like that. Let's say Paddy gets the jump on Chandler. Paddy has a skill set that other guys don't have. And if he has the right kind of performance against Chandler, which it's very hard, even in a fantasy, to imagine Paddy and Chandler not being an awesome fight. Regardless of how you might feel that outcome is going to go, it's very hard when you close your eyes and imagine those two fighting that it being anything less than awesome. So let's say Paddy is coming off of something that's awesome and then grabs a microphone, which is a skill that he has better than anybody else in the division, and he does what nobody else in the division has done for her, which is to call for the fight. It's going to be very hard to get around. It's going to be very hard to go, well, we're not really looking in that direction, and you're not ranked high enough. What's your argument going to be? Lopez is going to fight. He's coming off of 5 victories. None of which were main events, none of which were 5-round fights. Paddy the Baddy will have essentially the same record with the same argument. Essentially. And I don't know that Paddy's going to pull that card. I don't know that Paddy wants to go step in there with Islam. I don't know that he doesn't, but I don't know that he does. Paddy the Baddy's got no heat with Islam. Plus, you're looking at Islam, and it sounds like if you want to move in front of Islam at 155 pounds, it does appear that all you got to do is outlast him. Many, many things in life. You will never get better than those around you, but if you can just outlast them. Many things in life, you'll be looking around and somebody has just had enough and they move on, and that's the way that you get in front of them. If Islam is thinking of leaving the division, if that really is his wish, there would be no point in going after him. If you want to get in front of him, just let him go. It would be a very smart move for Paddy to call somebody out, and I believe he's going to. And I know Ilia Topuria appears to be sitting right there. But I don't know what Charles would have to say about that. And I don't know what Gaethje would have to say about that. I don't know what you guys would have to say about that. But as far as the decision makers go, we don't have anybody campaigning for that position. And there's a lot of big question marks right now at 155 pounds. I believe strongly the reason that a fight announcement has not been made for Ilia Topuria is they're waiting for the outcome of Paddy and Chandler. Now, does that mean the winner draws into Ilia? Or does that mean the winner draws into something else, but it will affect Ilia? That part, there's an argument for a couple of different good guesses. But a lot of it doesn't just have to do with the fight. It has to do with what the winner of the fight has to say. Their opinions will be taken into account. The same way that Islam came out and said, I'm not going to agree to anything till Blahal and Jack get done. Well, once we understand that and that's clear, there's no reason to call Islam. That would be a waste of a long-distance phone call. And Paddy the Baddy has a rare skill set. Michael Chandler has that same skill set. Is it enough that a victory and a great interview could propel you all the way to the top? That would be a little bit of a surprise. But could it propel you to absolutely anything underneath the top? A victory and a call out of Gaethje, boom, you're fighting him. A victory and a call out of Sarukian, boom, fight's done. A victory and a call out of Ilia Topuria, you bet, done, make it. A victory and the victor of Max versus Dustin. I mean, right, all of these things are open. But the one thing a fit 155 pounds doesn't have, it's not skilled fighters. They got lots of them. It's not even famous fighters. They got lots of them. They haven't had a fighter that's called out one of the available other fighters. And something tells me at the conclusion of Paddy and Chandler, that is going to happen.